He just awesome dude, man. I never seen him get shit. Okay.
Nope.
When he played,
it's like that in hip hop. Also, it's like that in hip hop. The good artists rarely get recognized. The bullshit does, but the good artists don't.
Me and Dre are having an art debate right now.
Oh, it's been getting heated. I've been tuning in the last couple of weeks.
Me and Dre been arguing for the last week or two about who belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I ain't gonna disrespect the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but fuck that, man. That's why we got. Why are we so busy? Why do we have to have a seat at your table? Why do we have our own goddamn table? Why do we got to have somebody eat? I want to eat at your table right here because this table right here is white, is cleaner than mine. No, buy you a table and clean the motherfucker and sit your ass over there. That don't make no sense to me. That's Godfather of Harlem. Thank you, Isaiah. Adam Clayton Powell. Yes, he plays Adam Clayton Powell in Godfather of Harlem. But when I sit back and I'm looking and I'm like going, damn, why is it so important that we be accepted by other folks' organizations? You mad because you didn't get this, mad because you get that. Why don't we have our own Oscars? I don't hear the same problem with Latino artists. I don't hear them saying the same thing. They do their own thing, and it's all good. I could be wrong. Help check me if I am.
You're on point, man. I want to talk a little bit more about the comedian aspect and how people are upset at Chris Rock. And I want to go back, Lonzo, to back in your day, my day, 70s, 80s. Most of the comedians back then probably wouldn't last nowadays, right? It just seems like nobody can take a joke anymore, dude. I mean, the TV shows wouldn't last. The Archie Bunkers, the Jeffersons, the Honky, the Cracker this. I mean, and it was all in kind of parody if you look back at it, but it would not last nowadays, right?
Man, I was listening to Eddie Murphy Raw. Dude, come on, man. Eddie Murphy Raw in the red suit talking about Ed Norton and Jackie Gleason. Ed Norton, fucking Norton, I want you to fuck me up the ass. I'm like, God damn, ain't nowhere in the world that shit can fly right now. Ain't no way in the world that shit can fly. That's fucking amazing. But we've turned into a bunch of pussies, man. That's when gas was cheaper and interest rates were different and the money had value back then. It's just amazing, man, how shit has just flipped up so dramatically over the past 15, 20 years.
Where did we go wrong?
Dude, there is no boundaries no more. It's all, well, it seems like we had boundaries. Well, for a while you had men, women, and you had gays, okay? That was cool. But now you got so many derivatives of all that, okay? And it's like it's confusing as shit, man. And no matter where you walk, you're stepping on somebody's toes. No matter where you walk, you're stepping on somebody's toes. You got to be careful of how you say anything, unless you're talking about a black person. You can call us all kind of names. Nobody don't say shit, okay? Not even us. So when you talk about any other group, you have to walk on tippy toes and damn near, I don't know, just pins and needles just to make sure you don't get your legs blown off. My man here, Gary's Garage, Richard Pryor didn't hold back shit, okay? And he was one of the greatest. George Carlin didn't hold back shit, okay? That shit was hilarious. It's funny today, but they all get canceled. Here's the crazy part. I've heard people talking about retroactively canceling both of them. I've heard conversations, we should cancel Richard Pryor. But come on, man. The man been dead, 20 years? How you going to do some shit like that? That was a different time, man. It was a different time. And it's just amazing, man. Paul Mooney was so far ahead of his time that he never really got his real deserved his position because he was so fucking raw. But he was the backbone of guys like Richard Pryor. Paul Mooney was he wrote for Richard Pryor. He wrote for the white boy I just mentioned. Shit.
Carlin.
George Carlin. All in the Richard Pryor show. They gave Richard Pryor a show back. NBC gave him a show back in the day. I think he only did like 4, maybe 6 episodes. He didn't finish the whole season. That shit was fucking hilarious. Richard came out as being the first black president. The motherfucker never did stop moving. Yeah, people today, why are you moving? I'm not going to shoot me. They just got one of us. They ain't going to get me. It was hilarious. Then he came out one day.
I remember that.
He came out one day, butt ass naked. Butt naked. Richard Pryor walked on the set butt naked. What you call that shit when they put that little
censored it, yeah,
censored over his nuts and shit in his ass.
Yeah.
But they that shit was hilarious. And then when he came out as Daddy Rich with the all white going back to Africa shit, man, that shit was fucking hilarious. But again, what we find hilarious, some people find offensive. Maybe that's why we can talk about each other the way we do, because we're not that sensitive. We're not that sensitive, dude. You know, maybe that's why we do what we do, and can be said the way we say things, which can accept things being said about us, because we're not as sensitive people. Maybe that is. I don't know.
Did you ever get to see Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy live when they were doing their thing
Dude,
back in the day?
Back at the Comedy Store on Hollywood Boulevard, I saw everybody broke. Everybody broke. Eddie Murphy used to hang out with us at the fucking Paradise on Thursday nights, chasing girls. Okay, when he was doing 48 Hours, he was up there doing that, but while he was filming. Back in the day, it was a club called the Circus, but on Thursday nights it was called the Paradise. Big ass club, huge ass warehouse. Between the warehouse was on Santa Monica. It went all the way back to the next street. It was like a half a block long. Okay, huge warehouse nightclub called the Paradise. It was a circus. It's called the Circus. It was a gay club during the week. During the weekends. But on Thursdays, it was a black club. Everybody would be there. Prince, Eddie Murphy, everybody would be there. But on Sunday nights, the comedy store in Hollywood was the spot. I've talked to Richard Pryor like I'm talking to you right now. Okay, but he was good. He was blowing up, but he hadn't hit TV yet. And here's the crazy part: Richard Pryor was a total introvert. He was a total introvert. Richard Pryor was sitting in the corner by himself the whole time. Just sit there.
Wow.
And walk up and talk to you. Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just Mr. Pryor. I have a nightclub over in Compton. I'd love you to come out through. Well, I'd love to come by if I could, man. I would go there and hustle. That's how I met so many people in my documentary. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. That's how I would get them from the documentary. You remember Marshall Warfield, Brad Sanders? They would all be at the fucking Comedy Store. I'd go up there on Sunday, me and Unknown hang out, invite him. Hey, man, we're doing a comedy thing down in the club down on Avalon. Come on through. And they fall through. If one guy would come through, if Brad came through, me and Brad, I'm looking for him right now. If Brad would come through, he'd bring Marshall Warfield, Honest John Witherspoon, and it was a little workout room. I had a little workout room. We called it the Babylon room. And it was little room in the back. And but on Sundays, we go up to the Comedy Store. It was I think it was $2 to get in. It might have been free to get in, but $2 cup of charge. No, it was a $2 drink minimum, 2 drink minimum. Okay. And we'd wait, and the last person that always came on was Paul Mooney. When Paul Mooney came on at the Comedy Store, all the white people would leave.